Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I wanted to just share part of the purpose of this channel and of this group, which is that I would like this to be a place, the one place where men can come when they are in pain and find a counter to their inner critic, to the battering and bashing that is storming on in their mind and soul. As a man suffering with a lot of crap and with childhood abuse and complex PTSD, one of the number one obstacles in my recovery process has been that there was no place where I could hear what I needed to hear. Maybe there was a part of me, actually for sure there was a part of me, the most healthy adult ego or the higher self that knew what I needed to hear, that knew the truth. But oftentimes, especially with issues of shame, you need someone else. With a friend in August, actually, we were saying that many times when you're talking with someone else, with a friend, you already know what you want to hear. You already know what you need and want to hear, but it helps a lot hearing it from someone else. And there is a very good reason for it. And Peter Walker from in his book about CPTSD, from surviving to thriving, basically goes into the details of this, why that is the case. So I really wish this place can be that place, because I didn't have that place. A lot of times I looked for men groups, men supporting men, and it's always about discipline and toughness and responsibility, and I was already doing way too much of that crap, too much. My problem was that I was doing too much of that, not too little, like discipline, fucking responsibility. When you go to women's group, not that I go to women's group, I mean, obviously they don't let me in because I don't fully qualify to be part of women's group. But you hear, right? I mean, you hear, or you have friends, I have friends who go to women's group, they're much more easy, supportive, reassuring, whereas men group are, right, so there is a bunch of dudes, we're gonna look with a lot of integrity and commitment and responsibility and discipline into each other. So I don't know exactly what they do in those groups, because I went to a couple of times, I was like, all right, I don't want to be part of this crap. What I want to offer, independently of that, what I want to offer here is what I have needed really badly, which is basically a place where you can hear the truth, where you can hear the truth and what you need to hear about you and your nature as a man. Why? What do I mean by this? This is related to basically the conception of strength. So me as a man, and I suppose a lot of other men do as well, struggle a lot with the idea of strength. Am I strong or am I weak? So I think for a lot of men that is maybe not as an obsession, but it's a very important topic. It is very important for men to feel that they're strong. But what exactly does it mean to be strong? And how does strength go together with vulnerability? And let me tell you one thing, that it is fundamental for recovery, for healing, to heal yourself. Vulnerability, the ability to allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you feel, to feel like a little boy, to feel your vulnerability, what people could call weakness, but to me it's just part of nature. That is crucial, it is fundamental, and it is giving yourself permission or receiving permission to feel that vulnerability, feeling maybe that shame without being shamed in a safe space. That is something unbelievably priceless. I was lucky to have an amazing hypnotherapist many years ago who provided that father figure, like a man that I could look up to, that I could identify as strong, but that was not in the least aggressive, not in the least imposing, or it was very different from what I thought until then. Maybe not thought, what I part of me felt. It was not the thinking issue, it was like a feeling, subconscious kind of thing, what a strong man looks like. And being able to be held, to be reconnected with the beautiful, vulnerable nature as humans, that we have, that we are as men. To me, that would have been the number one tool in terms of my recovery. And there are other groups that I've seen around that are called Men Are Humans. That independently of the content and what they do and what they offer, I think is a beautiful, beautiful name for any group, for any support group. Men are indeed humans. And I am 100% convinced that there are lots of men out there that are giving themselves a hell of a hard time and are suffering a lot, and that's unnecessary suffering. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Buddhist definition of necessary and unnecessary suffering. That's totally unnecessary suffering, which is basically the criticism, the unacceptance, the lack of acceptance of your vulnerability. And so then you're not holding yourself with kindness and compassion. Why? Because you're a man. You're a man, you're supposed to be tough. But strength, real and true strength, is very different, very, very different than what I've always seen or felt it being understood in our society today. So here I am. Let me know if it makes sense. Let me know if you think that would be a useful resource for you. Bye. Ciao.